What's up guys? Coach Nate here from Fleet Feet. Today talking about 5K training tips for beginners. We're gonna take your running if you've just been jogging here or there and adding a little bit of structure to this. This is gonna make running fun. It's gonna make it feel doable and approachable, and you are going to get better. And what's even better than better is our big run, which we are gonna be celebrating in the middle of June this year. Check out for more details on how you can run with the entire Fleet Feet community end of this video. So the first tip involves, believe it or not, the running part as a beginner runner. Now, we don't want to go too crazy with our running, so this tip is actually going to be running a little bit less than you might think and varying those runs. And the variation of those runs is so important for not only your sanity, but for your body. So I really recommend doing no more than 3 runs a week, especially if you're a new runner. The other days could be a little bit of recovery or cross training. And with those runs, we're gonna get right into what those should be. And the first one is gonna be some technique and movement. You don't have to be a fancy runner or an expert runner to start focusing on run technique. In fact, adding a drill in here or there is just a nice way to get you into your body a little bit better, get you moving with better mechanics, better muscular engagement. That's gonna decrease the impact of the running itself, and it's gonna make you a whole lot better. Take a middle 5 or 10 minutes of your next run, focus on a drill for 30 seconds, run regular for 30 seconds, repeat. You can cycle through different drills. We'll link through one of our favorite running drills called the pulling exercise in the bottom of this video. Our second run that we are going to focus on is going to involve some intervals, some picking up the pace a little bit. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, hey, I'm a new runner. Why do I need to focus on speed? Well, by changing the variation of your speed, a few magical things happen. One, when we start to run a little bit faster, we're a little bit taller in our body. We're a little bit more muscularly engaged. Our cadence picks up a little bit more, and it actually starts to drag up our speed overall. So all of these things can make running a little bit easier, a little bit more fun just by doing it. The great way I like to start with intervals for all my beginner runners is to start with no more than 30-second long intervals. The intervals just have to be a little bit faster than what you're doing right now. Run for a minute easy in between and repeat upwards of 5 times. It's a great way to introduce some speed and a little bit more structure and variety. Finally, we'll get to number 3. The last run we want to do is going to be focused for some of those longer, easier runs. This is the bread and butter run that so many runners like to do to build their distance over time. And we're going to do this by going slow, but by focusing on our breathing. So many new runners, when they start, they feel like they're out of breath all the time, and it's almost irrespective of how fast they're actually running. They just haven't brought too much attention and focus here. We breathe a lot into our chest and shoulders. That puts us into a little bit of a panicked cycle where, because we're out of breath, we breathe a little bit more into our chest and shoulders, we get a little bit more panicked, and it just makes things worse. The way we're gonna break that cycle is by breathing in through our nose, into our belly. I try to breathe in for a couple steps, breathe out for a couple steps. And if I get really good at that, I can just breathe in and out through my nose. Eventually, you may be able to do this for the entire portion of your run, but to start, focus only on that breathing pattern for a minute, and then let yourself run however you like for the minute in between. It's another great way mentally to stay focused on the intermediate part of your run, and you're not staring at your watch waiting when this thing is gonna be over. Tip number 2 has to do with your running shoes. Now, we wouldn't be Fleet Feet if we didn't talk about that. We care as outfitters about getting you into the right shoe because we know how important it is for your entire running experience. Now, the running shoes have to be the right ones, but that doesn't mean they need to be the fanciest, lightest, most expensive ones with carbon fiber plates. In fact, some of our favorite shoes that us shoe testers wore last year were your daily trainers, those perfect shoes that are great for any runner to start in. We'll link to it in the description of this video so you can go ahead and check those out. And make sure you go check out Fleet Feet, get into an outfitter, share your goals, your training, what you're trying to do. They will make sure that the shoe fits your foot for what you're trying to do. So let's talk training. We often get the question, hey, how long should I take to train for this thing? You know, push come to shove, you could probably run a 5K tomorrow or this upcoming weekend, but a little bit more time is better. 4 to 6 weeks is a nice sweet spot. And honestly, if you have more time, that's the best. That's why Fleet Feet is putting on a big run training program specifically for a 5K around Global Running Day that's going to be in the 8 to 10 length 10-week length range. It's a great way to run, not only get that structured program, get those varied workouts that we just talked about in this video, but you get to run with people. You get to run and meet some new friends. I know it can feel a little intimidating at first, but this run and this program is built for other runners just like you. So join us for the Big Run training program and the Big Run itself. Information is going to be in a link in below this video in the description. And keep this party going on YouTube by following along with some strength training, because we just talked about the running part, but we need to do some of that cross training, that strength exercises to keep you strong and healthy and ready to go all year long.